Welcome back to No Apologies. I am Lori Hinz, and for our fifth and final segment this evening, I am pleased to welcome another candidate for office, this time for County Commissioner in Sioux County, North Dakota, Clayton Pederson. Clayton with a T, Pederson with a D.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, I'm pleased that you're running. What on earth made you finally decide to throw your literal hat into the
You know, it wasn't even on my radar, honestly. I had talked, one time running for legislature, but wasn't my time, wasn't the time and place, and honestly, a bunch of guys wanted me to run in Sioux County. They got a hold of me. One guy in particular down there said, "We got to have somebody from your end get out there and run." So here I am.
Peer
Clayton
pressure.
Pederson. Yep.
Totally peer
Sioux
pressure.
County.
Well, that's what you kind of need sometimes, because if not you, who?
And I go back to Trent Luce, and we all know who Trent is.
Yes, we do.
We did those 30 by 30 events here in New Salem and Dickinson. And I remember one thing he said. He goes, "What are you going to do different tomorrow that you haven't done today to make things different?" Well, here I am. I decided it was time then. You're right. Quit complaining, quit talking about it, and just do it. And sat down, talked with my wife, and here I am. We decided to go ahead and throw my hat in the ring, and here we are.
So tell me a little bit about the position. How many people are vying for the position? And did you get in late, or are you in right on time?
Right on time.
Okay.
It took several calls to the auditor's office down there, so we had some issues there. And the Secretary of State's office was great. I got a hold of them, and she really walked me through it. And
I have heard that a lot.
basically, I showed up with more than enough signatures. You only need like 2% of the last vote, which I think came out to 10.5 people, but I couldn't find that half a person. So we just went ahead and did it like 30 or 40.
Ooh, that's right. Well, cover yourself, sure. So you're officially on the ballot.
Officially on the ballot.
And an opponent, or?
Yeah, Ken Snyder.
Okay.
And I don't know Ken. I'm not running against Ken, guys. I'm running on my own platform.
You're running for something rather than against.
I'm running for something. I mean, I've looked up their voting. It's pretty easy to look up a voting record, but that ain't why I'm running. I got my own vision of this. Transparency. I want to return the seat honestly to the people. Looks like to me that there hasn't been a lot of checks and balances there for many years in that county. So, and like everybody knows, I'm from South Dakota originally. I've been in North Dakota for 23 years, though, so I think, and I lived right along the border my entire life, so we're good. I know the values. I know they're pretty similar in both North and South Dakota as far as East and West go.
Well, you have some really good information on your flyer, a little about you, a little bit about how to contact you, your vision. Some of your stances are spot on. All right, I'm sorry. All of your stances are pretty fabulous. Pro-Constitution, pro-Second Amendment, pro-small government, pro-domestic energy. These are pretty good hot buttons for your area.
And yeah, I don't beat around the bush, as you know. I tell you how I see it. As far as energy goes, and we all know what happened here in Morton and Sioux County here recently. I would never, ever tolerate that. I don't know what power we'd have, in the county commission. I know there's a lot of things we can do. And then we have a good sheriff that just retired, so hopefully our new sheriff coming in learned from him. I would definitely be out there going, if you don't have oil and gas and natural gas production, we got some problems. You can't do it all with solar and windmill. It's impossible. So we got to protect that. That's our bread and butter.
You also, too, of course, are a big Second Amendment guy. Seriously, Second Amendment guy. You've been on the program before you were a candidate, and you talked about that issue.
I believe those 27 words are probably the most important 27 within the entire Constitution. I mean, if you don't have the Second Amendment, you don't have the other amendments, especially the other 9 in the Bill of Rights. It's just that simple. And as we're seeing right now, our First Amendment rights are being very much violated.
Yeah, I alluded to that in the previous segment, how you were Mr. I don't know how many times you changed your name on Facebook, but it's...
Well, Sturm Wesson, that guy's a great guy.
It cracks me up. I'm like, oh, that's Clay there again.
I always figure it like this. Me and Trump and Marty Beard were all banned for life, so I'm in good company.
That's right. Goals.
Goals.
Excellent. Now, the other thing that you talk about here on your flyer is pro-marriage, pro-family, and that really, of course, resounds with me pretty heavily also.
Yeah, it's marriage is one woman and one man, period. There's only 2 sexes, a male and a female. Biologically, there is no other way to do it. That is how it is. You can have some crazy idea in your head that there's something else, and I don't care if people don't like that. That's the way it is. You want to talk about the science? How much have we heard that since 2020?
Trust the
Trust the science.
scientism. Yeah,
The
trust
science
the
says
scientism. That's
one man,
great.
one woman.
Yep.
And that's, marriage was created within the church, not by the government. It's created within the church. So, and you look, how does that relate to a county? Well, the county courthouse, you go there to get your marriage license, and as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't issue them for anybody unless it's a male and a woman. It
Great
don't
stuff.
exist otherwise.
So you also say pro-transparency of county government, and I'm a big fan of transparency too. I think that is in every part of government.
Every part of government should be as transparent as possible. I think our legislature could learn a lot. I do think it helped a lot when those cameras came into place so that you could watch those committee meetings, get them out there, and people could view them. I think that's been a huge thing.
I
So
agree
it's probably
with
a
you.
positive that went into effect because of China virus. But other than that, I think they still try to hide a few things.
There is something to be said for being accountable for your words, and that makes a big difference when you can see it. A lot of those things in a lot of those hearings were just in darkness, and people were not aware.
Yeah, a lot of backroom deals. I look at it this way: this ain't my seat. This is the the county commission would be the Sioux County people. That's their seat, and there's 3 of them. One District 1, District 2, and District 3. I'm running in District 3, and there's 2 of us. There's 2 running in District 1. So no matter what, this goes to the general no matter what, because there's not a third candidate in either one of them. But this is the seat of Sioux County residents.
And county commissions are nonpartisan.
They are, but I'm Republican.
Subtle. He's very subtle.
Yeah, very subtle.
Another thing that you have here, and you talked about it a little bit when you were talking about Trent Luce, is you say pro-private property rights, and that is a big thing going on right now in North Dakota. Huge.
Big thing. I fought pretty hard though in 2019 for the 2315 bill that came through. We got close, guys. We got close. As a landowner, I believe that every piece of private property in the state of North Dakota is yours, and access is denied unless you have specific permission from that landowner or the operator. That's just the way it should be. I come from a state that's that way. There's a few other states that have these kinds of policies, but not very many. It's not hard to find that, seek out that property owner and talk to them. Plus, from a hunting aspect, my goodness, you're going to build a relationship that's going to last a lifetime. I did it as a kid. I didn't always have a place. And I forged some of the best relationships I've ever had, and I still have them today. So I don't see the issue with it. I've never been an advocate of property tax. I should not have to rent my land from the government the rest of my life after I get it paid for. And of course, everybody screamed, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" User tax. If we got to fund things, there's certain things we got to fund. User taxes. Let everybody pay it, not just a few of the property owners out there.
Absolutely. Clayton Pederson, Pederson, and he has a Facebook page if you want to follow him along, if you like what you heard, and especially if you're from Sioux County and get to vote for this guy. Facebook page is facebook.com/Clayton Pederson 4ND, and they can find you there and learn a little bit more about you.
I will be out now that the weather's kind of subsided. I'm almost done calving, guys. I'll be coming around and knocking on doors, introducing myself. My end of the county knows me, but the other end doesn't. And
Excellent.
I'm going to try to take Mr. Hawley with me.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy too.